are meditating on high school football. I'm Ryan. I'm joined by.
Also, Ryan.
All right, let's align our chakras and get to the play.
All right, we are back here. As you can see, 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. First quarter.
Roxanne, put on the red light.
High school, then Washington. At Washington.
Pensacola Tigers, so it looks like we're coming from Florida, Ryan.
We are in the Sunshine State.
Who's going to get his hands on it at the 40.
We have a punt, which means there's always something wacky going to go on, right?
Great effort.
Yes.
Wow. That is well done by PHS's number 28. To Anthony Peoples.
Speaking of wacky, we look like we have somebody who's lost their helmet, Ryan.
He not only lost it, he took it off.
Oh, goodness. So difficult to see because I was sort of tracking the ball. So you think that on this play, or it's shown on the video on this play, that he willingly took the helmet off. Is that correct? Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, goodness.
But when I first saw this play, I was kind of apoplectic. I was like, did the kid really take off his helmet? And he did. And the question is, did he do something after his helmet came off? Ryan, why don't you tell us a little about the helmet in high school football?
So the helmet must stay on during the course of play. If it does come off, the player is not to participate in the play. They have to sort of try to avoid being germane to the play at that point. If the helmet comes off and they are participating, it's a foul called illegal participation. It's a 15-yard penalty, but it's not an automatic unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Can be a call with some gray area, because what is them sort of getting out of the situation versus being involved in the play? If the helmet comes off as the result of a foul by the other team, you don't have to miss a play, but you still can't participate without a helmet. It's a safety issue, and that's the purpose of the rule.
You mentioned gray area, a lot of gray area on this play. I'm glad you mentioned that. The rule is, and this is off the top of my head, I'm not reading notes, Rule 964G, page 76. That is the rule. And yeah, if a player's helmet comes off and he's engaged, he's okay. But once he's unengaged, or if he's not engaged, he's done. And also, this is also cool, if he puts the helmet back on, he still can't go and engage, which I don't know if we'd see that. We kind of saw, and actually we did see it here because, and this is funny, I edited this play twice for two different videos, so I've must have seen this play a dozen times, and I missed something. This kid's helmet, and we'll show it right now, this kid's helmet came off earlier. There's just a few frames. I'll slow it down. I'll shove it through the Zebratron 5000. It came off. He put it back on, and then he took it off again. Now, taking your helmet off in high school football is not in and of itself a foul. I have the impression that it is a foul at the higher levels. You can't take your helmet off, but it's not in high school football. Now, we think of a player taking his helmet off, he scores a touchdown, or he has a sack, he takes his helmet off so everybody can see him. Now, if that happened in high school football, we have another rule to cover that, 951C. Again, off the top of my head, no notes. That's an unsportsmanlike conduct foul for drawing attention to yourself. But I think the rule book wants kids to be able to take off their helmet for safety issues and not have officials parse that as a foul or whatever. But if you know the rules at higher levels for helmet coming off or taking your helmet off, please let us know. I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't really care. And in the pro leagues, who cares? Let the guy take his helmet off. I mean, we know what Justin Jefferson looks like. If he takes his helmet off after scoring a touchdown, is it really a big deal? I don't think so, but I digress. So we have the helmet come off. Did he do anything after the helmet comes off? He kind of did, but does that raise to a level of a foul?
In this particular case, the big question that I would ask is, were they attempting to engage in the play itself, or was this I'm coming over to, just help my buddy out. I think the ball is dead and I'm just here trying to, make sure my buddy doesn't get hit or something to that effect. Right when he takes it off is when he's sort of being engaged, and then he does drift towards the play. It's very, very nuanced. I think if you put me in front of the state test and give me this situation, Ryan, I think it is a foul. I think if I'm that wing, is it definitely something that I'm calling versus giving a talk to? Would sort of depend on the context of what was going on. It's interesting that they waved it off. I would be curious to hear what that conversation was and what led them to waving that off.
Okay, Ryan. Like I said, I've seen this play a dozen times. I think I have my definitive ruling. I think I would throw a flag. I do think his helmet is off and he makes a block. When I first saw this, I wasn't sure. I saw it a few more times. I thought yes. Then I saw it a few more times. I thought no. Is it the biggest hit? Is it the biggest participation ever? No. But I do think it crosses that threshold. So I'm throwing my flag.
Yeah, and I think it's a absolutely righteous flag. When we think about it, the flag is there for safety, right? And taking your helmet off like that and engaging. I mean, what if that runner had broken off, right? What if that play had continued to go? And there could be, a substantial risk to safety. So, I think it's a righteous call in itself. But it is interesting how rules about helmets coming off, and there really is no differentiator between whether it pops off because of a hit versus it's pulled off at the high school level, voluntarily in that context. So that's interesting.
Not for tonight or not for this video, but future, we have to also talk about is the foul have to be related to the helmet? If it's a block in the back and the helmet comes off, does he still have to go out for a play? It was a foul, or does it have to be a face mask? We'll talk about that later. That's another interesting aspect about this. But I just want to go on the participation. It is very close. I think if this is your worst call of the evening, you've had a great evening. If somebody says no, that's not a foul, and again, we're not looking for fouls, but I'm with you. A lot of safety involved here, and at the very least, if you don't want to throw a flag, you got to tell the kid, don't take off your helmet. And if you do, you got to stop playing, because you're right. Even though that kid is as big as a house, he needs to stop playing. Just kind of to recap, your helmet comes off, you have to stop playing, even if you put it back on. If you go out and block or participate in the play, that's a foul. Now, if your helmet comes off and someone hits you, that's also a foul. I think, though, he initiated the contact, and the contact that he received was because he was the person engaged in it first, not his opponent wasn't. And if we say engaged one more time in this video, one of us is going to have to get married. So we'd love to hear what you have to say about this play. I just find this play fascinating. Like I've said, I've seen it a bunch of times. Now I'm sure, but I wasn't sure until, really, honest to God, I wasn't sure until this video started which way I was going to go. I was kind of on the fence. I mean, again, we're not looking for fouls, but this does seem like it falls under the safety category.
Absolutely. That's the most important thing. And I agree with everything you're saying regarding the contact that was received was because the player without a helmet initiated it. So you really can't fault the player for essentially defending themselves in that situation.
He takes his helmet off. I mean, I guess that's what I got. That's what I got hung up like the first 10 times I watched it. Like, man, the kid took off his helmet. Was he uncomfortable? Was it hot? Maybe it was hot. It is Florida. Maybe it was really hot. He just wanted to cool off. I don't know. But if you're a player listening to this, don't take off your helmet. And if you do, stop playing. Okay. So you've heard our opinions. Now we want to hear your opinion. Please let us know in the comments section below. Tell us, do you have a foul in this play? Would you have thrown your flag? I don't know if I would have thrown it if I had not seen this video first. I think in the future now, I think that this play is definitely going to get a flag from me. Ryan, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate you having us. And thank you for watching. And now we'll leave you with the fifth down.
Bob, I'm here with Luke, who is a senior at Lakeland. Luke, tell me, how are you celebrating Military Appreciation Night tonight?
Well, as you can see, our student section theme is USA. We showed up early here for the ceremony. We got hyped from the beginning. We're still hyped to now. We will keep going all night long.
All right, and tell me, how many games have you been to so far?
I've been to every single game, possibly to Mankind, since my freshman year here at Lakeland.
Awesome, so you seem that you prioritize, cheering your team on. So tell me, speaking of cheering your team on, can you show me a little school spirit action?
Yeah. Hey, let's get on! Yeah!